and Jayla in timeout.
Well, let me tell you this, Linda.
My name ain't Linda. So you sit right there in timeout, little bad little girl.
No, let me tell you something.
No, don't tell me.
If I wasn't here, I would surely take a day off from you and then a day off from these kids. I run the classroom. I'm just done with you.
Boy, I'll tell you something, boy. She's a little cutie pie. With Tude. Boy, I'm glad I didn't run into Missy when my son was daycare age. She don't take no mess. I remember when we were younger, when I was a child, we used to be playing outside and stuff like that. And we used to have these gatherings over, my parents, my relatives, they used to take turns over each other's houses and stuff like that. And the grown people used to always congregate in the kitchen. I don't know, for some reason they did back then. And, they had their little drinks and stuff like that, And the kitchen back in those days were always in the back of the house. And that's how they were building homes back then. And I remember we used to be out playing and if one of the children were to come into the kitchen, all the parents, all the grown-ups would just stop talking. And whoever child that was that came into the kitchen, apparently that child wanted something from whoever parent that child belonged to. And when that child came into the kitchen, it was like, all the parents just stopped talking. And the parent of that child would be like, what do you want? And of course, the child would tell them what they want, this, that, and the other. And after the child said what they had to say, that parent would say, all right, okay, we'll go on back outside and play. They never let us hang around them. See, because back then, children were seen and not heard. Boy, times have changed so much. So much. Children are liberal these days. They're more liberal. But time go by so fast. I got a granddaughter. She reminds me of my granddaughter, and I don't mind being, a grandfather. I was like, wow. I thought about it. I'm like, dang, when I became a grandfather, I said, I'm a grandfather. And I'm gonna tell you, young people in the generation these days, y'all in the modern day generation, I'm telling y'all better enjoy y'all youth, but do it responsibly because the times and years gonna go by so fast. And then soon, the next thing you know, you're going to have a little cutie on duty like that one. And then she going to grow up and have a child. Then you'll be a grandparent. And then you're going to turn around and look and say, where did all those years go? Where did all those years go? That's the first thing that comes to your mind is where did all those years go? And then when you take a snapshot of that particular point in time where you at that moment, at that very moment, your whole past is going to flash in front of your eyes. Your whole past. And you're going to like, wow, it seemed like that was just yesterday. So what I'm saying is this, and another thing too, people don't like, if you're going to be a grandparent, be a grandparent. You know what I'm saying? I tell my grandchild, I tell my granddaughter, I said, look, call me Grandpop. Don't call me no pop and all that stuff like that. Nobody wants to be old no more these days or grow older. We got the nanas and the nanas and the me moms, all these different words just, to get away from hearing the grand part, in that word, in the name, I don't care about that. We need to, when it comes to life and you're getting older, you need to progress with that age. And don't, some people don't want to let it go. They don't want to let their youth go. There's nothing wrong with feeling like you, because you are what you think. There's nothing like feeling like you're younger, you know what I'm saying? But act like you're supposed to act at the age that you are, Don't be out there, a grandmother, the new age grandmother going out there trying to party with the daughter who has a child of their own, That child of her own, your grandchild, is going to need someone to talk to. It's going to need someone to give them some wisdom and stuff like that. Back in the days when I was growing up, I had grandparents to go to who were actually literally grandparents mentally. So I was able to ask them certain things, Nowadays, and not in all cases, but nowadays grandparents are vacant because they're out there trying to be young just like the young kids. Accept where you are in that station, that particular station in life. You know, for those who are listening, you know. And then these older guys, you know what I'm saying? I seen this one older guy, man. I mean, this dude was my age. He was lean and had nothing like hip hop, you know, or rap music. Because, you know, rap music was during my generation. It came out when I was like 17, 18 years old. That's when it started, you know. Sugar Hill Gang, Fat Boys, you know what I'm saying, Kool Moe Dee, Chubb Rock, all them dudes back, I'm just saying, look, I just looked at him, and he was leaning, had the blues and blast and stuff like that, had cornrows in his head trying to look at. I just said, okay, you know what, to each his own, to each his own. So what I'm trying to say is to y'all is like, look, these young people need somebody to mentor, somebody to talk to, somebody to give them wisdom and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna stay young forever. You're just gonna be an old fool out there trying to look young, trying to be young and stuff like that. There's nothing like trying to feel young and going to the fitness center and, not accepting that you're old and saying in your mind, well, I'm 29, I'm whatever. That's nothing wrong with that, But when you're acting it out immaturely and stuff like that, then, that's a whole nother thing, Anyway, I just love that little girl. She's just so cute. Anyway.